I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb, continuing our long-form weather discussion about what to expect here on Tuesday we know it's going to be cold out there, but which areas have the potential to see the snow? And that's what we're going to break down for you. We have the weather impact alert that stays in effect through Wednesday morning as we have the cold air that's been in place. We have been below freezing for well over 24 hours right now. We're going to stay below freezing most likely through most of the day tomorrow. We're predicting a high of 32 to 33, so we might go up above freezing for just a brief period tomorrow afternoon, and then more cold air going into Wednesday morning. Finally, a little more time with temperatures above freezing on Wednesday. So the main reason for this weather impact alert is because of the cold. But with that cold air in place, we do have some moisture that's going to be moving into it, and that gives us a chance for some snow in spots tomorrow. And before you assume where the snow chances will be higher, you're going to want to listen to what we're going to show you in just a little bit, because the chances for snow in North Georgia in the mountains are lower. In fact, they're most likely not going to have any snow at all in the mountains of North Georgia, and the snow chances are higher in Central Georgia and in South Georgia. But we know it's cold now. We know it's going to be cold tomorrow and early on Wednesday before we slowly start warming back up. So I hope you have already protected your pipes. If you have not, let your faucets drip tonight. Be sure to open the cabinets under your faucets to let the warmer air of your heated home kind of circulate under the cabinets to help kind of keep those pipes a little warmer there. Also, bring your pets in. I hope you didn't leave them out last night. You can't leave them out tonight. Don't leave them out during the day either, because it is just so cold for them. Also, protect yourself. Make sure you bundle up, continuing that through the day here tomorrow and into Wednesday, and really for a big part of the week. Now, we don't have any clouds in our area tonight. Here in North Georgia, Metro Atlanta, we don't see any clouds. Definitely no rain here, but the system that we are tracking is out to the west. We're seeing that moisture from the Gulf spread into parts of Texas, also spreading into Louisiana and into parts of Mississippi. And there you can see some of that snow now. It's rain in the Gulf, and then when you get up to the Gulf Coast here, look how that changes over into some snow in southern parts of Louisiana. Also northern Louisiana, we have some of that in southern Arkansas, moving into Mississippi, and that will eventually push into Alabama overnight and during the day tomorrow. And then later tomorrow, most likely after lunch, that will be the time frame when we are most likely to see some snow moving into Georgia. So let me break down the winter alerts that we have. There's a winter weather advisory in effect for a big part of Metro Atlanta up toward the Gainesville area. So the northern extent here is for Haralson County, also Paulding County, Cobb, North Fulton and Fulton County, Forsyth County, Hall County, Banks County, on down closer to Athens into parts of Madison County and Oglethorpe County. That line down to the south, down to areas of Troup County, Meriwether County, Pike, Lamar, Butts, Jasper County, Putnam County, also over into Hancock County, Greene County, and over to the east, closer to the South Carolina line. That is in between there. Those counties in purple that you see is where we have this winter weather advisory that's in effect. That means that conditions are likely for some winter weather to be here. Some accumulations are possible, and we could have some travel issues, but not really widespread problems, all right? As you go down into central Georgia and South Georgia, roughly along the line from near Columbus to near Macon to just to the south of Augusta, that line southward, including Waycross, including Valdosta, including Albany, including Savannah, including the entire coastal region, that's where we have a winter storm warning. Conditions there are more likely to support accumulating snow and travel issues there as well. So the mountains of North Georgia have a lower chance of seeing snow. They're not going to have any snow, we don't think, in the mountains of North Georgia, but the higher chance is in central Georgia and also into South Georgia. We have been scouring over the models and seeing the differences in those models, also watching those models for trends to see any changes in them, as well as using the models for guidance. And it's our job as meteorologists to look at those models, and then we tell you what we think is going to happen from our experience here and just from the trends that we're seeing. And this is what we've come up with our hand-drawn accumulation maps. We think that around Metro Atlanta, over to the west out I-20, up the I-85-985 corridor, that's where we could see some light accumulations. We're saying up to an inch. It doesn't mean everybody's going to see an inch. We just think that would be the highest amounts we would see. I think really those amounts would be lower than that. Maybe a dusting, maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a half inch in some spots. But what I want you to know, even if you're thinking, well, that's not a lot, any accumulations, even a dusting of snow on the roads could cause some travel issues because our ground is very cold from all the cold air that we've been dealing with over the past few days here. So any light amounts can still cause some travel issues. So I want you to be aware of that. South of the city and to the east of us, we may see some higher totals, maybe a half inch to up to 2 inches possible. And then south of that in central Georgia, 1 to 3 inches of snow possible in those regions. And we think that the travel issues might be a little more widespread on the south side during the day tomorrow. Here's the other deal I want you to be aware of. If you are expecting to wake up tomorrow morning to see snow on the ground, I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to see it because we don't expect the moisture to move in until afternoon. Even at lunchtime tomorrow, if you're sitting around, your kids are out of school and you're waiting saying, where's the snow? Where's the snow? We don't expect it most likely until after lunch. And even with that, in some areas, it's going to be rather iffy there. So that's the timeline of when we think it is going to move in. Look what we've gone through today with these temperatures. We started off this morning with our low in the upper teens, right at about 18 degrees. With the wind, it made it feel like it was in the single digits to near zero. We did get up to 32 today. You see 31 here between 3 and 4, but in between those hourlies, we did hit 32 briefly. So that's just at freezing. So we were at or below freezing for the past 24 plus hours here. We went below freezing late afternoon yesterday to the early evening hours, depending on where you were. And then during the evening, look how we've watched those temperatures fall into the 20s. In fact, right now, we're at 22. Carrollton, you're at 18. Covington at 19. 20 in Marietta, 18 in Canton, 24 in Athens. What's going to happen tonight is we're going to see a few more clouds building in, and that will slow the cooling a little bit. I do think we'll hold in the upper teens and lower 20s early tomorrow morning when we see our low temperatures coming in. And it feels even colder for all the folks who are at the national championship game tonight as they are leaving. I hope they're bundled up because it's not only cold, but we still have a wind. It makes it feel like it's 12 in Atlanta. The wind chill in Carrollton right now is 8. The wind chill in Dalton is 8. The wind chill in Blairsville is 10. Canton is 11. You have to bundle up. So here is the day planner. And I just mentioned, don't expect to wake up to snow on the ground tomorrow morning because the moisture is not even going to be here yet. We don't think it's going to be till after lunch when we see that snow chance coming in here. So mainly cloudy skies in the morning, lower 20s to start the day. And then by afternoon, we may be lucky to get up to 32 or 33 degrees in the afternoon. That is the time frame after lunch when we start to see the moisture moving in. That's when we could see some of the snow that'll be moving our way. That timeline a little earlier in West Georgia and for areas to the south of us, but for Metro Atlanta, looking like during the afternoon hours after lunch. So here's the timeline of what we're watching with our forecast track. This is just one of the model scenarios, but what I want you to see here is the trends that we're seeing. There's that cloud cover coming in overnight, and early tomorrow morning, we're going to be covered up with clouds. At lunchtime, this is at 12 o'clock. At noon, still clouds. No snow yet, no rain, no moisture, no precipitation, nothing, just some clouds around. After lunch and into the afternoon, this is at 3:30, we start seeing a couple little bits of snow flurries possible here. And what we're watching is the northern extent of how far is this moisture going to go. Look at this. Once we get to 4:30 in the afternoon, here's Atlanta. We're seeing that leading edge there, mainly south of the city, but then extending on the east side northward a little bit up toward the Athens area, and then quickly moving away. So we think it'll be just a brief period of snow in the metro area, if it even happens at all. But the better coverage and the longer duration of snow falling is going to be down to the south. But by 10 o'clock at night, most of this is going to be well to the south and east of the Eatonton area, as well as leaving the Augusta area and still down along the Georgia coast. And then it clears out later, and on Wednesday morning, another very cold start with temperatures that are going to be around 17 degrees. And then in the afternoon Wednesday, that's when we think we may move above freezing for maybe just a few hours there, maybe up to about 38 degrees. And then cold again Thursday morning, before we warm up a little bit more on Thursday afternoon. And by the weekend, we're expecting our high temperatures to be back into the 50s. Here's a look at the American model and the European model. The American model, if you'll recall, last week was showing a better chance for snow into North Georgia. Now it's not showing as much. It is showing the leading edge just south of Atlanta. If you were watching us early on 11 Alive Plus, the leading edge was more down to the south. So that trend is coming back up a little closer to Atlanta. The European model has been showing the snow chances extending to Atlanta and a little bit northward. But again, it would be mainly light. So this model corresponds a little bit more with what we're saying, and that also lines up a little bit more with what the National Weather Service has outlined in that winter weather advisory, as well as the winter storm warning. Look at the low temperatures. It stays cold all week long. In the morning, we think we'll be down to about 20 degrees. Then on Wednesday morning, 17. Thursday morning, 22. Then still mid-20s for lows on Friday and Saturday. But where it gets a little bit different, even though we have the cold mornings, the highs are going to be able to warm up a little bit more each day. Again, we're thinking around 32 Tuesday, 38 on Wednesday, so maybe a few more hours on Wednesday where those temperatures will edge up above freezing. Then by Thursday, 41, 45 Friday, 50 on Saturday, and then mid-50s we're thinking for a high on Sunday. And even though I know that sounds warm to you, 54 is our average high for this time of year. So really, that's just getting back to how it should feel here in January. So here's what we're watching. Snow will be arriving in the afternoon hours. It will exit in the evening hours. More snow to the southeast. We have some bust potential in this forecast, meaning that if it trends more to the north, we may see a little more snow than expected. If it trends more down to the south, we'll see less snow because we're right on the line there. And any untreated roads could be slick. So here again is that weather impact alert through early on Wednesday. With the cold air in place, we're watching those snow chances, mainly Tuesday afternoon, ending during the evening, then dry and gradual warming in those afternoons here, back to the 50s Saturday and Sunday, holding in the 50s for highs Monday, another chance for moisture, mainly in the form of rain, no snow, with temperatures that are above the freezing mark.